Well, obviously you have big names in this game, So you have on one side like Rivalitas, on the other side you talk about a Harry Kane, about a Stay, about a Diaz.
Oke, sesuai dengan janji kami, berikut adalah wawancara eksklusif langsung kita dengan Jurgen Klinsmann. Alright, so we're gonna commence the interview with you. Are you ready?
Anytime, yes.
Okay, we're gonna start with the first question for you, Jurgen. Jurgen, as someone who's been on both sides of the German football history as a player and a manager, how do you see the evolution of their Klassiker over the years?
Well, to look at the Klassiker over the last 15, 20 years, it's really exciting to talk about this game because Borussia Dortmund kind of turned into this big rival of Bayern Munich, and it is a matchup that always gives us football fans the feeling that we don't really know what will happen. So it's a bit unpredictable, this game, and that makes it exciting. It makes it exciting for all the fans around the world, and especially the ones that go to the stadium. And obviously, the favorite in a certain way will always remain Bayern Munich because of the history, because of how many championships they won over the past. But there's always kind of a feeling in the air where you hope that this might be a game that comes out with a surprise, or maybe a player does a surprising thing in that particular game, and that's why we're all looking forward to that game so much.
Yeah, and the form for both teams excellent coming towards their Klassiker. And from your perspective, how different it is, the pressure of their Klassiker in terms of playing in it and managing such a match?
I mean, for obviously the first exciting thing to play in it is just so special because these are the games you're waiting for. You want to badly be on the field and make an impression there. As a manager, the same way. These are the games where you want to come out as a winner at the end of the match. So there's a lot of personal motivation in it, and obviously the fans are motivated too. The fans want to kind of discuss this game up and down, in the days before the game, and they want to be on the upper hand, and because otherwise, the next week you go back to work, you will have some stick from the other kind of opponent fans. So there's so much emotion in Klassiker. There's so much at stake that you live it even more intense, and it gives you the feeling, this is a special moment. Those are the games that you wanna really enjoy yourself.
And what tactical battles are you most excited to see in this edition? Perhaps maybe Bayern with its possession-based football playing against a team that's comfortable on the counter, such as Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how both teams approach this from a tactical point of view. Both teams are doing really well this year defensively, so that both back lines are very strong, very stable, just let in just a very few amount of goals. But then it gives you the question, okay, are the strikers on both ends capable to put their stamp on the game? A Harry Kane on one side, a Girassi on the other side. But I think the real, interesting part of this game is the matchup in midfield. I think that's where the game could be decided by the midfield players. Because those are individual battles that you need to win. The one against one situations, and it's going to be interesting to see who has the upper hand in that match in the midfield. And I think it could be the key for winning this game.
You talk about the battles in midfield, how crucial it is, and who do you believe could be the game changer in such a match, in the Klassiker? Perhaps maybe someone unexpected that you think might be that special player to prove to a game such as this that he can be a key.
Well, obviously you have big names in this game, So you have on one side like Rivalitas, on the other side you talk about a Harry Kane, about a Stay, about a Diaz, And so they are players, or Adeyemi on the Dortmund side. They are players that can, in any specific moment in the game, they can give it their own direction, and they can, by scoring a goal, they can turn things around to the favor of their team. When I look at Harry Kane at the moment, he's just such an incredible form. The whole season, if it's around Bayern Munich, if it's for the national team, So if it's one player that maybe has the most possibilities to put his specific stamp on the game, then for me it's Harry Kane.
Wow. So the players you've spoken about, influential players such as Harry Kane and then the likes of Gurasi. But what do you think about the impact of coaches in such a match? You think about Vincent Kompany and what he has done with Bayern Munich and the system that he's playing, the ultra-offensive system against maybe Kovac, a bit more pragmatic, and maybe the counter is the key in trying to hurt that Bayern backline.
Yeah, and I think it will basically build kind of the elements based on their strengths, and this is, as you said, Vincent Kompany, he introduced, his own methods, his own way of taking the game to the opponent, play a high pressure, trying to score early, and trying to dictate the game. Meanwhile, maybe Borussia Dortmund will sit back a little bit with a very strong defensive line, so their defense is doing really well at the moment, and then hit Bayern Munich on a counter break, and so ways can be successful. It will be interesting matchups on the field. All, as we said before, they want to win one against one battles, playing a crucial role in this game. And obviously, if you get away as a winner, beating Bayern Munich, then for Niko Kovac, it could be a very, very special day. But it will be a lot of work.
Finally, Jurgen, this is still quite early in the season for the Klassiker, but the winner, I think it will be a statement for if Bayern can win or maybe Dortmund can cause an upset. Finally, about the outcome of the game, your prediction. Who do you think will take the victory this time, and maybe why they are the team that possibly can get that win?
Well, if I look at it, player by player, and the personalities that Bayern Munich have at the moment, then I would probably take them as the favorite to win the game. Maybe a 2-1, maybe a special goal by Harry Kane, which I'm a big fan of. But I think all the neutral football fans, they just hope that that Bayern Munich is not running away too early in the season, from all the other teams, and that's why maybe a tie would be good still for the league, because you want to have an open title race until the very end of the Bundesliga season, and that would be so. It would be better for the league itself, if Borussia Dortmund is at least not losing the game. If they win it, probably even better, because then you have even a closer matchup there on the top of the table. But I think if you talk to a lot of fans, they would hopefully favor Borussia Dortmund to get at least a point in this game.
And Jurgen, from the times that you were still playing for Bayern Munich, what do you feel in a game such as this? Do you feel the excitement, or do you feel a bit of pressure? And how do you attack such a game against your biggest rivals?
I think, if you would talk to the players today, they feel definitely more the excitement of a game like this coming up, because they are pretty confident that they can get the job done. If you look, at the roster from Bayern Munich, then these guys, they don't need to be afraid of anybody. But for the players to get into a game like that it's just a special moment, because the stadium is pumped up with energy. It's loud, it's noisy, and you go in there and you want to really enjoy that moment in time, because these games, they're not happening every weekend, and that's why I think it's going to be an exciting match.
And where will you be watching the Klassiker? Will you be in the stadium enjoying the match at the weekend, Jurgen?
TV, like most of the people.
Okay, thank you very much, Jurgen Klinsmann, for your time. It's been an honor for us to speak to you about a legendary matchup between Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, and of course, we're looking forward to the Klassiker at the weekend. Thank you, Jurgen.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Itulah tadi interview kita dengan Jurgen Klinsmann, sang legenda yang sudah terlibat di Der Klassiker baik sebagai pemain dan juga sebagai pelatih. Punya experience luar biasa juga, dan bagaimana pandangan dia terhadap sebuah laga yang begitu istimewa di Bundesliga. Ada pertarungan syarat gengsi yang tentunya begitu panas nanti persaingan kedua tim guna mencari cara meraih kemenangan, dan Klinsmann mengatakan juga bahwa dia sangat tidak sabar untuk menunggu bagaimana situasi nanti di laga yang tentunya juga akan sangat berpengaruh untuk bisa menentukan siapa yang akan keluar sebagai kampiun dari Bundesliga di akhir musim. Dan jangan lupa, yang paling istimewa dari laga Der Klassiker adalah tentunya pertandingan dengan atmosfer yang begitu luar biasa, di mana 66.000 fans akan bernyanyi tanpa henti mendukung tim pujaannya. Dan juga kita akan melihat bagaimana kondisi di tribun yang begitu mungkin panas dan menarik, memberikan kita satu sajian yang tidak hanya menarik di lapangan tapi juga dari tribun. Dan kamu tidak hanya menonton pertandingan tapi juga akan merasakan nanti bagaimana energinya, dan tentunya darahmu berdesir, jantungmu berdetak lebih cepat, karena tentunya kalian semua tahu bahwa ini bukan sekedar laga biasa. Setiap tackle, setiap gol, setiap sorakan penonton adalah bagian dari kisah panjang kedua klub yang tidak pernah mau menyerah. Dan mari kita saksikan Der Klassiker.